yes, sir, they are buying a lot of Bitcoin. I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome back to another Bitcoin chart planning update video. I really want to share my opinions again with Bitcoin because I do believe we are in such an incredible opportunity right now, and it's brewing. It's brewing, and I'm gonna get into that right now. I'm gonna show you guys what I mean. First of all, here, guys, remember everything I say in this video is just my own personal opinion. It is not financial advice because I am not always correct on my trades, but I do tend to stick with them till I am proven wrong. But for example, guys, look, hedge fund giant, discloses 2.6 billion ETF. They're putting money into their Ethereum too. They're buying Bitcoin. You got Wisconsin adding more than doubled BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF holdings to 6 million shares. You got states buying. There's a lot of news showing all the states that are buying, more states, more companies. It's just there's money flowing into it in the background, and people are fearing Bitcoin due to it being sold off a little bit. It not making new highs, it being down here for a while. It seen 100K multiple times, and now we're below 100K, and like everyone's freaking out. Everyone's freaking out, and they're not looking at what's really going on in the background. And Goldman Sachs Bitcoin bet source to 1.5 billion. Goldman Sachs buying. You guys already know Bitcoin. Not Bitcoin. GameStop is looking to buy Bitcoin. They got a cash pile on the side waiting to add more to it. It's gonna be very interesting. And with all this happening in the background, we got fear that it's over and that Bitcoin is just gonna fall and not come back up. And well, let's put it this way, right? Yeah, we've been trading sideways for a while, but check this out. We're in the discounted portion of this overall structure. We're discounted. We are seeing continued consolidation sideways instead of more dips coming down. Instead of this could have easily came down. This could have been, a little bit of a rally in the overall, like a bearish move, and then it could have came down. But no, it's holding up here. It's holding up here. It's holding well. Much more adoption. Like forget the Bitcoin reserve. That's most likely gonna happen, but it hasn't. Right? It's not happening just yet. It hasn't been announced. And then you have just all this bearishness building up in like the news media and stuff. But then at the same time you have like, a ton of reasons why we should be seeing a higher price. But we're not. We're seeing continued discounted trading. And this should just be a no-brainer, right? It should be a no-brainer. Here it is right here. GameStop is considering investing in Bitcoin. I believe they have like 4.6 billion dollars in a cash pile. I don't think it's all going to go in Bitcoin, but at least I think personally, I do believe 1 billion at least will go into Bitcoin. But all this fear and all this background buying, all this stuff that's building a really good foundation with Bitcoin here in 2025. It happened before 2025, but we're in 2025. It's February 14th, late at night, and we have all this building up in the background. And then at the same time the price is holding strong. It hasn't been seeing new lows. It's not below 90. It's not below 80 or 70 or anything like that. It's holding strong, and it's showing strength. And we could have easily also been trading. You see all this trading right here in these levels. We could have been doing that here too, but instead we're doing a little bit higher. There's strength. There is strength. There's no reason to be so feared in Bitcoin right now. And we've seen two triangle patterns forming in the past. Most of the time, triangle patterns usually break up to the upside during a bull market with Bitcoin. But, they've been breaking down and giving everyone much more time to buy. It's like we're below 100K. And there's so much Bitcoin buying in the background. And everyone's freaking out. And they're not looking at like the foundation that's being built for it. And then not just this sideways move, but we had another little bit of a triangle and it broke up a little bit. Now it's trying to hold it. It came back down to the support. Now it's trying to hold that resistance area for us to start hitting the next few. We have a little bit of resistance here, as you can see. It held here, held here, held here. It's still very strong, these liquidity walls. But then we have a potential, this area right here that acts as a potential breakup, a new structure that could be formed. So if we can finally break up into this area, which I think will happen very soon, I think there's much more reasoning. Makes a lot more sense for the price to, more sense for the price to move higher than there is for the price to move down. And we have this next area right here. If we can go up into this area and hold it, if we can come into this area, trade in here a little bit, that will show that there's continued bullish support or bullish momentum building up for us to then finally go up into the next target area right here. And then same thing, hold value here. If we can hold value there, we can start breaking past these liquidity walls, acting as a little bit of a short squeeze, and then we can pop up and make a new all-time high within this area. And this can happen by the end of this month. I think worst scenario, first half of March. But I do believe we can definitely reach into this area by the end of this month. And this is just so much easier to reach by the end of this month because, overall, if we're moving sideways, right? Forget about all like the bullishness and background stuff happening in Bitcoin. Forget about all that. To keep it simple, charts moving sideways. We're seeing something like this where we saw the price come up, come down, come up, come down. And that can happen next. And we can easily pump up and start retesting previous all-time highs. Or the previous all-time high up here, no problem. It's just it makes no reason why there's so many people that are bearish. Like the supply of Bitcoin is going down, and we're holding strong at discounted levels. Inflation didn't affect it much. Nothing really affected it much, and it just continues to hold strong. We still have a little bit of short-term weakness with the RSI still being overbought. And we can easily, make our way down a little bit, can easily come down, maybe retest some of these low supports and then pump up if we don't have to shoot up right away. But all this is going to happen so quickly. Time flies. And even if we were to come down, try to like lower that RSI a little bit, and then we'll just shoot back up, more momentum building, and then, we start pushing up higher. And then we can start, focusing on all these resistances as we make our way higher. So I'm not being biased towards Bitcoin. I'm just looking at straight up the foundation that's being built for Bitcoin, all the adoption, all of the actual investment money that's going into it. That's gonna hold on to these positions for like quite some time, and we're here. We came down, up, we're back down at these discounted level, and we could easily start moving up higher. If you're just looking at the chart by itself, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, it makes sense it's gonna go up. Like it makes more sense it's gonna go up. And I'm just repeating myself at this point, guys. But guys, there's so many companies, countries, and states adding to Bitcoin and all around the world. And at the same time, you have more companies that are interested in buying, like for example, GameStop. And you have also more states that will be adopting Bitcoin as well, and it's just building up. It's just building up. So if you're looking at the bigger picture, yeah, we can easily start going up higher, and it makes absolute sense that we can start going up higher. If you're looking at the smaller picture, it looks very bullish. We're trading sideways for a while. We're in a little bit of a premium area within this structure right here, but it's holding strong. Look at that. The price is starting to go down. It's pretty much just about to hit the 50 on the RSI. So any move lower will maximize the lower side of RSI way before these ones. Like for example, this one got and it will happen at a higher price. We just have a bullish momentum building. We have, we could, if there wasn't, we can easily see the bottom of this get broken, and we can easily just be down here retesting previous lows, maybe retesting the 1.618 at 93,200. We could have easily done that, but we're not. We're holding strong, and soon enough, even if we come down, it's gonna be very short-lived. It won't last long. Maybe a little bit of a correction for this move up, or maybe it already happened with this move down right here, and then we can start moving up higher, and then reach this imbalance area. We've seen it happen here. We've seen it happen on this one right here, and we saw it happen many times in the past. And we also seen these new structure value zones being filled. Like we saw it filled here. We saw this one get filled for a move down. We saw, let me see if I can find another blue one. Well, we saw a lot of, yeah, here's a blue one. It got filled and it kept pushing and ended up using it as a support. And then, we saw this one get hit. It's like these things just move in the direction that makes sense. And it makes sense just from the structure alone that we're going to start moving up higher and then start, trading within all this consolidation zone right here, which coincidentally overlaps with this imbalance area. So it's just the chart alone is saying that, it wants to move higher, and you have all that background Bitcoin stuff happening around the world. A lot of it's in the US, and it's just building up. It is just building up. I really, really don't understand all the negativity towards Bitcoin right now in the social medias and the news networks and all that stuff. It's like why are people thinking that it's already the top when you have continued adoption and you have pending adoptions of companies that are getting ready to buy, more states that are getting ready to buy, and it's going to keep accumulating. The governments are going to buy, and we're continuing to see prices in discounted areas. This is a gift, and this is a great time to start accumulating. And if you think it's going to go down, well, it's up to you. You can time the market if you want. I'm not going to. I know that if we're discounted, It's a good time to buy. There's no reason to try to be perfect because any move down, you might miss it. It can come up super, super quickly because it is definitely time for Bitcoin to go up, especially as we near, the end of February. So yeah, guys, it is. Oh well, that's it. Yeah, that's all I have to say, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it made sense. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.